Alright, where am I? Sorry it took so long to get in. You know I really gotta eat, right? Pay attention, yes, pay attention. Oops. Ooh, where is she? Okay, sorry about that one, girl. I know I'm so close up, huh? Sorry. I gotta change. The desktop is dying fast. I gotta change this around. I think that's right. Maybe I can. Okay, how do I do this? I think I need to edit and open something. Oh, watch and view page. I'm gonna turn myself down. Okay. Oh, maybe it's this here I need to share. Let's try this. I know my lighting is. Yeah, I gotta work on it. It really sucks having something set up already to having to reset up, but that's okay. We gonna make it. You guys been through more stuff than this with me, so it's all to the good. Just a little here. Just a little there. Let's go. Sorry. Even with dentures, you know, but still gotta do that. Where's my what were you trying to say? Oh, the pop-out screen. That's what I want. So I don't see my face. I can just see whoever's writing something. Is it over here? Oops. Oh, scared myself. Okay, that's done. What's next? Where did I get this to pop out last time? Mm, oh, here it is. I found it. Don't get it. There. Now I don't see my own face. But in case you guys say something over here, I can see it. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Alrighty. So let's burn some sage. You know that's always the first thing. Okay, well, today it's going to be the second thing. Not herbs, you know, natural stuff. So you know, in accordance with full moon, as it were. Sorry. In accordance with the full moon, Mimi gave us a wonderful question. Let's see if she's here. Why do some people switch between different realities or universes? You know, I was thinking about this earlier today, and excuse me, I was thinking about a similar question. Excuse me. Um, oh wow, what is that? I don't know. I don't know what I've done, but I gotta shut all this down. Okay, so where's my other screen? Oh, oh, here's my other screen. Okay, so I set up a whole new everything. I need that other screen so I can see my little green lights at the bottom. Make sure I'm talking and I can be heard. Okay, so I have been talking to a couple of people the past few days, and it led me to realize that we humans think that just because something happened in the past, it's going to happen again in the future. You know, like a lot of prejudiced people, okay? Just because somebody, called me a nigger before does not mean I'm going to be sitting here hating all, whatever nationality. That's crazy. Everybody, everybody isn't everybody. Just some of the people are stupid or unknowing. Excuse me, unknowing. Because maybe, excuse me, maybe that was okay where they came from. Yeah, and God put me here to inform that they're not there anymore. They're not in Oz anymore, you know? So knowing that I have experienced, you know, rape and abuse doesn't mean that the next, black man is going to do that, or the next one, or the next one. So why would you then tie yourself to a notion that things are going to be different if? Well, instead of even taking that chance, forget it. I just won't take a chance because if I do something this way, that's going to happen. Well, of course it is because you already set yourself up for failure. Really? Well, if I don't save, I'm never going to have any money. That's not true. That's not true. If I don't do this, then I'm never going to have that Countach Lamborghini like Tasha has. That's not true. Somebody could give you one. You never know. You never know. So let's stop assuming things are going to be however we accepted them before. You see, let me smudge you. Before doesn't really count. It let you have that experience with that person. So now, when, I love another black man, I'm not going to take, Keith's bad behavior out on this next person. And we humans, of course, do that to each other a lot. I'm never here to blame anybody for somebody else's lessons that I chose to go through. That's silly of me. Let's smoke up the room a bit. Is the door closed? They like the smell of Palo Santo, but they don't like the smell of sage. I like it. So I'm just going to burn my room. There's some smoke in here. So In regards to that and this, my dear, great question. You always ask me such wonderful questions. I tell you, I'm putting them all in a book. Hope you don't mind. I'm putting them in my book, Full Circle. Um, so again, her question was, why do some people switch between different realities? I'm kind of sort of thinking some could be, jumping out of their body, as it were, astral traveling, which is not recommended for people who, just read one book and then they're going to go try it. That's only my opinion. I don't pay your bills. You do whatever you feel. So, and then some others of us, just we really do have a parallel. We're living parallel universes, galaxies, lives over the veil. There's over here. There's another Tasha. So that's why. Furthermore, I think that's why a lot of people, when they lie, they're not really lying. I think some, depending on the lie, of course. I think some people lived that parallel life, but they experienced it over here. You know what I mean? And also, that this question goes to those of us who are afraid to move forward and be successful. I was very afraid of being successful because I was afraid of not being as good as my mother. See, so that's another story all in itself. But lately, I've been meeting a lot of people who say, "Well, I don't want to do this because when it happened before, it went bad." Then has nothing to do with now. Really, it doesn't. That was that lesson, and I don't take, Boo Boo Kitty's revenge out on somebody else and say, "Oh, all black men are the same. I'm just never gonna love another black man because he beat me. Look at all that good I'd be turning down. Do you see all those handsome men on my Facebook page? You know how much fun I would not be having if they weren't there? Please, I don't turn down nothing but my collar. Oops, I'm not wearing one. you know. But I believe, in addition to, not but, I believe that those in very high vibration have the ability to sift, as it were, back and forth. That's separate from a walk in, which is a totally different subject. Um, but I believe that some people, and I believe that some people are able to say, I don't like this situation, so let me go shift into this universe, galaxy, you know, time framing, if there is such a thing as time in other galaxies. I know there's no such thing as time in the spirit world. I never asked about other galaxies, but that would be pretty cool, huh? Okay, I'm thinking that, well, Spirit said most of them transition back and forth in order to learn and then teach. So there you have it. I didn't think of that. To learn and then to teach. That's something really to think about. Thank you for asking this question. And I really want to tie it all into the full moon, which I'm going to try and make this one really short tonight. Because I like to be out at midnight doing my ritual. Make sure my lights are still on and I'm recording. See, once I get used to everything and have a different setup, then I don't just have light on one side of me, you know. Anyway, it is wonderful just how it is. So, Thank you, my dear, for that beautiful question. I appreciate you. I love you. Um, thank God for modern technology. Okay, so my question was, spirit guides to assist me in understanding. Okay, we'll stick to the spirit guides first. There's one named Esther, and it's so funny. I think they were brother and sister. You Bible people tell me if Esther and Job were brother and sister. I don't know. But their names come up back to back. So that's why I say it like that. Okay. So forgive my ignorance in not memorizing all the Bible and whatnot. Well, Esther's coming through predominantly, so we'll start with her. I see you as if you're in a class. I can't see the book title exactly, but it's a nice, pretty thick book, and you got it cracked open, and you're reading and you're taking notes, and you're reading and you're taking notes. I can't see the notes that you're writing, but the idea came to mind for me to ask you: Are you a witch? Because it seems that the book that you're writing in is sort of, kind of, maybe like a book of shadows. That's why I asked. Don't get freaked out. I don't have any ill intent toward asking you that. And yet we both know that knowledge is power. So more is always good information. Excuse me. Um, Yay. So it feels almost as if the main really thick book, a lot of us black folks got that old family Bible, right? And that's what it almost feels like, but you're in some sort of classroom. It smells like a classroom. It smells like a whole nasty classroom for high school. Oh, good. I'm happy. I'm happy that you're here and watching. um, and the book is, yeah, and you're just writing and writing and writing because you never take anybody's book of shadows. Now, Granny might loan it to you, but you don't take it, you know? So it looks like you are writing. So, are you a witch? Do you consider yourself a witch? Oh. Okay, we'll just keep it pushing. Um, so there's Esther, and she's showing me this book that you're taking tons and tons of notes out of. Okay, thank you. And then there's, it's either John, Jon, or Job. But the first thing that came to, and the first thing that came to mind is Job. And he's sitting in the back of the, he's standing in the back of the classroom. And he's like waiting for his turn to speak, as it were. So I'm telling him, you can speak whenever she lets you speak, I guess, since she's the higher vibration of the two, apparently. So he's just standing there. Not with the right baby. Wow, there's a whole bunch of people around you. Oh my gosh, it's the proverbial, closet in Ghost. Remember Whoopi Goldberg and her two sisters were in the closet, and I think it was a closet. Okay, they were in the room, and all these spirits had filled the room. Okay, it might be two different scenes, and it was like jam packed in there. That's how your house looks. Oh, that's so wonderful. Mm, I love that. Your house feels really, really good. Other than the situation that's taking place with the questions and whatnot, that's to be expected. Open all the windows and doors. Sage, smudge, whatever you like. Palo Santo, dragon's blood, something. Cause put something in your cauldron, and get all that stank out of there. All that old stuff. Get rid of it. All of it. All of it. There's like two pieces of paper you can keep, and you know which ones those are. Um, yeah, it looks like there's boxes and boxes of stuff. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That situation is not there anymore. The situation uh, is, in here. The situation is just right here, right there. You know. So while they're dis- having a discussion about what to tell you, um, where's the other? Okay, now I'm in the what phase now. What? The, there's nothing to do but do what you're here to do. You know, they're on the other side helping you every step of the way. Turn nudge left. I know lights and stuff come on at your house. I know that. I know those little plants, move when there's no wind and you didn't walk by it. That's that little one. Okay. So we're gonna step out on faith. We're gonna stop asking who, what, why, when, where, and just be patient. When you really need to know the answer, and we all have the answer already inside us. Okay, it's not just people like me or other people that use their gifts. Okay, you already have the answer inside of you. Just trust and believe you do. And once you really, okay, I'm relaxed now. Your world is going to change 180 degrees. Okay, so I guess it's Job's turn to talk now. Is your name Job? Oh, he said it's really John. He has a brother named Job, and they're on the other side, and their purpose for being is to be on the other side. Have you ever had skin? No, he's never had skin, so you're not going to know him. All of our guides, I know this isn't for you. You know who you are. This is for other people who think your ancestors have to be your guides. This is not true. This is not true. Just like I for whatever reason chose the experience of my baby going home early. you know, and it's only because I have the grandmothers and mother that I have that I can clearly rejoice in that after I cried for a whole year. But I really got over it. And it is just so, it really is an awesome thing. Spiritualism really is an awesome thing because it helps us remember there's no need to be upset. I know my little Amani, she's just right there. I can feel her all the time. Mama, Mama, don't do that. Sit down. Go back to sleep. Get up. You didn't take your medicine. Get up. Go eat something. You know, I can hear her clear as my own voice in my head all the time. And when I really, after a year of therapy and mama therapy and grandma therapy, realized that that's a great place to be because I can still see her growing up. She sent me 5 boys to adopt. You know, blessing. You know. So yeah, after I stopped crying, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, she's still in my head. Still in my head, still talking to me, still poking me in the shoulder, as it were. And Job is, oh sorry, John. John is here to assist you in realizing this is two separate things. Hear me now. Hear me clearly. There's two separate things. Getting over the lesson, and we say it like that because it sounds as if you're punishing yourself still. And we know you're here. Okay, you're here with all of this. But yet this stuff still says, oh, what, how, oh, I shoulda, I coulda, oh, maybe if I had just, no, no more beating yourself up. No more coulda, shoulda, wouldas. We still have everybody just without skin. And I kind of think that's a better place to be because let's face it, they can see around the galaxy. I can't see around the corner, but they can see around the galaxy, you know? And I love that. I'm so thankful for that. So like any situation really, uh, I have, um, I'll be making something and I'll say, Monty, is the person that this new thing that I'm making, I don't know if you know I make jewelry, but is the person, who I'm making these earrings for, did they show up yet? Okay, we'll send them on their way. Or I'll make something and I'll say, oh, I just don't like this. Does this belong to somebody or can I take it apart? And she'll, if she doesn't say anything, that's a yes, somebody's coming for her. But when she says something, or she'll laugh, her little what? She would now be 22. My baby. um, and she would just like, well, don't get rid of it. Maybe just give it away as a freebie. And that's what I do to with the stuff that I don't like. I just as a freebie. So all of us without skin anymore, unless somebody was like a mass murderer or something, that's totally different. I don't even go there. I don't go there. I have a couple of times. There's a video about it on this channel somewhere. Don't even think about how they died, why they died, when they died, all that stuff. That's human, not spirit stuff. So let me tell you this quick story. Yeah, John is still there. He's just smiling at you, and Esther is still there. Esther's kind of tall. She's wearing kind of like a curly afro wig, but she says it's not a wig though. But you can call her Red if you want to. She's so sweet. Uh, okay, I'll just shut up and keep pushing. So that's those two people's purpose. Oh, sorry, Esther's purpose. Esther is a talker, so she's gonna be the one that when you're like, oh, I don't know. She's gonna step in. Hey, yes, I want it. And Tasha, put extra mayo on my sandwich, thank you, because I like 3 tablespoons of mayo, girl. Put some more mayo on my sandwich, okay? Yeah, see, ask for everything you want and you gonna get it, okay? If you don't get it when you ask for it, something greater is coming. Something so much greater. Okay, hold the phone. Did this situation happen about a year ago? Okay. I have a feeling it happened about a year ago. Okay. So, and even if not, something happened to you a year ago that was uh, traumatic. Somebody crossed over about a year ago, our time. There is, it doesn't look like a necessary a funeral. Funeral. It looks like whatever you call it when people get together afterwards. What is that? The wake? No, the wake is before. Whatever the reception thing is you have after you usually bury a person. But I don't see, we're not at the plot thing and we're not at the cremation thing. We're just in the living room and, people got their little tiny plates of food and, people are talking. I can hear people mumbling. So I don't know what that was, but that changed you. Okay. Oh, okay. And the people involved in that are still lingering around on the other side a little bit, trying to still help all of you involved in that still get through. It looks like there's two people that are still frustrated, okay, by that thing that happened last year. So now I'm just asking them, okay, so you have two of your guides, okay, and that's what they are, guides, because everything isn't a guide. You got your master teacher, your teacher, you have a physician, okay, you got the physician's assistant, and then you have your joy guide, which I would call my baby who crossed over, my joy guide, because she's the one that pokes me on the shoulder and says, turn left, don't go right. And then you get home and you see there's a huge accident if you would have turned right instead of left and listened. You know, that's what Granny called a joy guide. I don't know why. I just did what my granny did because it works. So that's what I consider my baby, my little joy guide. Okay, I'm not saying you have to. It's just an idea. So I'm saying everything, just like anything else, it has purpose. It doesn't have a title. They don't have titles, And a lot of people want to get on me about that because I mix the witchy stuff with the voodoo stuff with the Catholic stuff with I mix anything healing. I just mix it all up. It doesn't matter. A title is unimportant. It's unnecessary. You see? So let's not get hung up on, oh, it has to be my grandmother that's my guide. No, it doesn't. It could be somebody's baby. It could be anything that they chose to serve you for that purpose. It's all about purpose, you know. I didn't want to be here tonight, but it's my purpose to do this for people. And I do it with great honor and humility, you know. Who is that? Bobby Joe. He says his name is Bobby Joe. Bobby something Joe. Bobby. Oh my God, it's outside. Bobby something Joe. I don't know, but I see this huge, the proverbial scene on TV when people are going through country, and not country, country. There's nothing for hundreds and hundreds of miles except that one little tiny gas station that some mess is always jumping off in the movies. That's what I see, right? So imagine, if you will, we're looking kind of sort of down at an angle. So there's the 2-lane stop sign. I mean, there's 40 acres that way, 40 acres this way of nothing, but there's a stop sign at that intersection. Uh, and Bobby something Joe is, for some reason, pointing to that. So let me tell you, it looks flat. Okay, a lot of states look flat. I don't know. I'm not good with geography, so just take it as it is. Listen now, think about it later. So at that stop sign, cross intersection thing, I don't know, it kind of looks like the guy sitting at the crossroads. Really. I don't know who this Bobby, whatever person is. Maybe he had an accident and crossed over that way, an accident at the crossroads. But that's what I liken, Ilegua to look like. He's just sitting, not even in the middle of the road. He's sitting on one side of the road, and he's just looking. And that's it. So I don't know what that means, but you got a video to watch if you ever forget and want to put the pieces back together again. Okay, so I'm asking about that situation. Oh wow, the sisters are here. So the three sisters usually come when your health isn't in the best order, which means they want you to, what happened? Lights are on, but okay, here we go. Uh, they want you to eat better. They want you to eat more. Okay, they want you to relax one day a week and just, order dinner out and have chocolate cake for dessert. Whatever is your comfort, you do that at least once a week. Don't make them go through me to have to tell you again. It won't be nearly as much fun. It's not a threat. I'm just letting you know how it goes. Okay. So the sisters came along years ago when I was at a huge lesson in my life. And it was kind of scary because they were like up close like this. Their huge cauldron in my little tiny 23-foot trailer. Out in the country, yeah, there was like 50 acres of corn over there and 25 acres of artichokes over there. And yeah, out in Gilroy, California, Garlic Land, California. And they usually come along when you have health issues. So I do see a little green spot right above your belly button. That would normally indicate to me just nerves. So we already know we're not going to change the situation, honey, by constantly worrying. I understand as a human being we do that. However, as a spiritual being having a human experience, we also have to consider what it would be like not to worry about things. It'll be all right regardless. You have a whole team of spirits on the other side, and you do have some support here. I can see that. There's at least 3 immediately around you that would be accepting of you. Just go to their back door, bust in, and sit down and just have a good cry. or a good talk or a good meal of something yummy and a good chat, you know? So do that if you need to. Please don't, there's that's not being having anything to do with shame or pride. It's necessary as a human to get it out. Okay. So you have two, no, you have three now. I don't know who the uh, Bobby something Joe. It's like Bobby John Joe or Bobby Willie Joe, something like that. I don't know. Write it down now and think about it later. Don't keep asking over and over. You're just going to get yourself frustrated. So you just talk to them and expect them to answer, and eventually they will. How will you know? Because it won't be your voice. Okay. Uh, Eat good. Raw greens, and then you can have your dessert. If you were good that week and had your vegetables, meat and starch every day. Every day. It doesn't look like you're eating enough. Okay. Um, and I'll tell you about the sisters another time. I got to keep it pushing because it's almost midnight and I don't like to be late for spirit. I love you. God bless you. We walk by faith, not by sight. Okay. I love you. All right. Windy, windy. Windy, windy. Are you here, windy, windy? Oh, jeez. Windy. You know, the short answer, yes. The long answer, it's because we humans have such outrageous expectation of other humans. You know, we all think that brilliant people are crazy. And it's usually true, but that's only a mistruth until we realize how sane they were to invent this or to do that or to go, lift a car off of an infant or okay. This person does have a lot of good in them that many people just can't see because at a lot of times he is in a very high vibration and a lot of times he's not. So of course the choice is yours to stay or go. And they wish you well through whichever choice you choose. But yeah, 40% of the time it's crazy. Doesn't mean any harm. But neither does a psychotic person once they what's the thing called? A flicker, a flame, a twitch, a torch, spark. That's it, a spark. You know. So love yourself enough to make the right choice for you and the rest of your life. Okay? I love you. Kathy, where you at, where you be? Okay, so the reason why I said, is that really your question, is because there's no such thing as normal. You know that. You are doing whatever you already chose to come here to do this time around. And that will clear up even more so in about 6 months. So don't beat yourself up. Get extra advice when it comes to the doctors. Because it looks like you have like three doctors, but one of them isn't in your best interest. The shortest, whoever's the shortest one, looks like a short man with glasses, black hair. You do what you feel, and then some. Okay, so if they tell you to jump through this hoop, I'd go to another opinion. Okay, so just keep on loving yourself and know you are right now where you're supposed to be. There's no time, normal, uh, a lot of other words, to our human tongue even do not make sense. It doesn't make sense to spirit. Don't it? We put ourselves in these little capsules, thinking we have to be this or do that. You're fine. A couple of marbles rolling. It's fine. It's good to have loose marbles sometimes. Okay, my dear. Let me see. Don't know about normal. Don't know about on time. But I do know, and I do know that in that 6 months when everything is changing, it's almost as if you went from just okay to bliss. Okay, so me, and now it's time for happy. Um, what I see for you is a cracked door. They say crack, they don't mean broken crack. They mean that it's open ajar. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. There you go. Yes, a little bit. You know, an hour on Sundays until that initial why is over. And then the trust can, begin again. Just a little. Because they're trying hard to do the right thing, but there's still something there. I want to say it feels like they used to do drugs or something. Because you know how people used to do drugs, there's a certain little spot of memory that they just don't remember. And it could be a year, could be 30 minutes, I don't know. But there's something in them that he just doesn't remember the whole situation clearly. Okay? So, knowing that, we don't want the other parties involved to slip through that crack and just unknowingly believe whatever comes out of that person's mouth. Yet they have the right to explain this is why it happened because of da 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 da. And then this happened, then that happened, and then 30 years later, I'm finally finding you out here in the desert, and we all have uh, the choice to try to have a better life by explaining ourselves, because I never called my mother a liar, and even though a lot of my sisters have, or worse, I tell my mom, I understand. I don't know everything about you, and I also understand that you did the best you could at the time, you know. And I say it like this: I don't have no clue how old you are. My mom was 16 when she had her first child. So I mean, imagine a child raising a child. You know what I mean? So give them the benefit of the doubt spiritually, and let Him give them the benefit of doubt of knowing the situation differently than you might have remembered it. And that's not a put down, okay? I'm not trying to, blast anybody or anything. I don't know the situation, and it's none of my business, okay? What they really want this cracked door open to be is a chance to know that person's truth from that person. And then later they can make up their own mind how and what they want to do with that person, right? Because we all know we've all seen it before. People coming to you, hey Tosh, I'm this and this and this, and me and your mom did this and this and this, and you're like, okay, and what are you telling me for now? And then you go home, you go your separate ways. Wait a minute, well, why? And if that, well, why? And then if that happened, then why? And let them write all them questions down. Take it to the first meeting, and you'll be sitting, a few tables over, just for security blanket, and let them have a chance to know something different. See, uh, and on a side note, it looks like things are coming up since last week. Wow, kudos! You take yourself out and get a nice big fat whatever you want to buy or something. Wow. So looks like you have a couple of new customers. Yes? Excuse me. If you don't, they're coming. I see people like the room looks kind of small, and it looks like you have like a waiting room or something outside the door where you do the actual procedure. And there's two people sitting there waiting their turns, and you have one in the office already, so that's three. So they're coming. You just keep doing your work, and you keep doing your stuff you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. They said you have nothing to even think about after the third visit. It's pretty much going to fizzle out. Yet we can't. It's a good idea not to just shut the door, and then the other half is going to be still saying why, what did I do? Because when we're young we think like that, right? So it's gonna be all good. And then after that, what, 3 visits? It looks like 3 months, really, like one visit per month or something, because it's kind of stretched out, you know. Then after that, it'll get better and better and more comfortable for all involved. Okay, so let everybody tell their truth as they see it, you know. And then later, it's up to the other ones involved to decide how and what and how much, you know. You guys must excuse me. Last week I was changing kitty bins, and me and apparently kitty litter don't really get along. So I love you, my dear, and thank you for being here. Ahmed, you had a question about chakras. I put the chakra test on the wall for you, so have fun with that. And that's it. Yay, short night. And hello, hello, hello. How are all of you out there in the audience doing? And just so you know, I don't talk to people when I'm giving a reading. So I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm just trying to be respectful to the person asking the question and to the spirits. So naturally Nola, hi. That girl Kia, hi. Apple Slices, it's nice to see you again, Apple. So if either any of you three have a question right now, you can feel free to hurry up and ask it because I'm going to get off shortly to go get ready to do full moon ritual. Excuse me, type fast. If you have a question, and if you do not have a question, who was it that I was talking to about the Orisha? I think that was Roberta. I think that was years ago, 2000. I want to say 2010, so we'll just go with that. 11 and 12, I started having dreams about seed beads. And if you don't know what those are, they're itty bitty little tiny beads that you make jewelry with. And they're just about, most of them are just about the size. You see, this is a ball chain. They're little balls hooked together into a chain. So, about as big as one of those balls is the size of seed beads. So, you can imagine all of those little beads in a pot. You reach in and then you get stuck underneath my fingernails. That's why I don't like them. They're too little. A very specific question, not what do the spirits have to tell me? That's not a specific question. So I started dreaming about red seed beads and gold seed beads and black seed beads. And I just write it down now and I think about it later. And then I started dreaming more about black and red. And then I started dreaming about gold and bronze. And then I started dreaming about fairies. And you see that everything leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And come to find out years later, I mean, after I told this one particular group that I got out of quickly about this particular dream and these three women from the dream that come into my readings to talk about health. Once or twice in the past, these past few years, they talked about other stuff, but usually they stick to health. And it's like, if you know the Orisha, it's like uh, Yemeya, Oria, Oya, and Oshun. They usually come in those colors, okay? Sometimes, well, the red stays red. She's the one in the middle that does all the talking. And then the blue sometimes changes to green. The yellow sometimes changes to purple. It depends on your vibration, I think, as to what colors they wear. Anyway, so they come in to discuss your health. So that's why they were here tonight for you. uh, Apple, what is your concept of big? Of course, it's going to be very successful. There's checks in the mail, but whatever you consider big, I mean, do you consider $100,000 a year big? Okay, then that. a lot more confidence in yourself. And yes, scratch that. You're funny. Should I focus on nails or jewelry? Why can't you have both? It's possible. Anything you love to do is possible to do. Do one in the morning, do one at night. Make the jewelry while you're waiting for customers to come in at the nail salon. And then sell your jewelry at the nail salon. I don't know, it looks like you're working in a nail salon or some little tiny itty bitty boutique. You know, one of those places inside like an airport or in a store inside of a store kind of thing is what I'm trying to say. And I see you sitting there making a pair of earrings, and somebody walks in and they sit down to get their nails done. Um, but the jewelry thing is eventually going to take over. Fascinating. I see you at shows and stuff. How funny. How fun. It's nice. Congratulations. What message do my ancestors give to tell me I've been what? You've been what? My pleasure. Well, I don't know about yours, but my granny is saying, don't be depressed. It's a choice. You know, we just talk like that. Whatever you're sitting around stressing about, you could just choose to let that go and step out on faith that the right thing is happening to you right now. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not the day after, not the day after, just right now. Just think about right now today. You have something to eat, you had a roof, you got done most of the stuff that you needed to get done. There you go. It was a good life, huh? And tomorrow the same thing, and the next day the same thing, and the next day the same thing. You know? You have a business to think about now. You got time for depression. You got meetings to go to. Have you already signed up at your Chamber of Commerce? All of them, the black one, the white one, the Indian one, the Latin one. I mean, have you signed put your name in already at the Better Business Bureau? Did you get your license if you have to have one? Um, I don't know what state you're in, but if you're in California, I'm pretty sure you'd have to have a license for that. You have too many things to do besides being depressed. Push that right out. Yeah, see, there it goes. And I'm not trying to make fun of you. I was depressed for a whole year after my daughter went home, and I was young, and things were happening, and he didn't believe me, and other people didn't believe me, which is so traumatic to me as a very protected baby of the family. That I fell into a deep depression. You're like what do you call it when the person can drink liquor and still maintain? Um, I forgot what that's called, but you know what I mean. And just go straight home, darkness, don't eat, don't drink, don't shower, nothing. And one day my mama called me and said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." She says, "It's impossible to do nothing. Get over here, let's go shopping." Okay. Child, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm going to give you something to be depressed about. Look at you. You have a good job. You have your own place. You have a car. You have this. You have that. Shut up. Okay. Yeah, but she was right. She was right. It's a choice. And I know what that feeling is like. And I just opt never to do it again. Never, ever, 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 ever. So if you clear all the other garbage out and what he said and what she said and what we did do versus what we think we should have done versus this versus that versus this versus that and get rid of all that garbage just for a split second. Just for a split second. And that spirit says we're right here. What you choose to do, it's gonna be all right. If you choose to be depressed, you're still gonna be all right. You're still gonna be all right because that's their job. Just like it's my job to be here to do a human telephone work, it's their job to hold your hand and see you through, even if you can't see them. You know, it's gonna be all right. Okay, you just gotta keep the faith. How are you gonna start a business if you don't have no faith? Come on now. I like to think I know you better than that. So you just focus on getting that business soaring off the ground, and you know there's no better marketing than this big mouth. Okay, put whatever you want on Facebook. We'll get together, make some videos. You don't have to do it by yourself. If you want to, you don't even have to show your face. Really, just show whatever it is somehow what you do. You know, so there's always a way. There's always a way. You don't have to do it by yourself. You're not alone. You got billions and billions of spirits talking to you. You know, and even if you can't hear what they say, you know I'm gonna tell you whatever it is they tell me to tell you. Okay. Okay, you guys. It's 11:14. I gotta get out of here. I gotta do my cleansing bath and then get outside by midnight to do my ritual. I love you. Don't forget to please be good to you first. Fuck everybody else, cause you know what? If you got a babysitter, the baby ain't gonna fall off the couch and bust his head open. You know, honey, whoever honey might be, can do whatever they need to do, and you could take this time, sometime, to just be with yourself and do what you want to do for you, not because it's good for you, other than being good to yourself, but it's good for you to do what you want to do and not anybody else, just for a day. Then you can go back to serving everybody else, whether you like it or not. I love you guys. Go be good to yourself. I'll see you online. And thank you. Your energy is amazing. So I'm going to turn the chat thing off now. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye. And go be good to yourself. I'll see you on Facebook. Okay, love you. Bye, guys. As soon as I remember how to do this. Okay, listen, okay.